Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Reddit Ace War recap video. Today we have a recap from the potluck that just ended last night. We matched up against Violent Wizards, who a lot of their members are actually from Iconic in the MCWL, I'm told. So a good matchup for us, good test leading up to this week's CWL. Our Town Hall 9s did incredibly. I'm going to point out people with six-packs. We had a few of them this war. Trapper had it. Patriot Soldier, his first major war with us, he had it. You could see a couple guys were close. Worm was close, and Moi was close. Zareldo had a six-pack. Cameron, another guy from Highly Active, had a six-pack. Buzz had it on dips. And then I think Stinky Pete up top here also had a six-pack. He's one of our guys who can't do CWL because his heroes are mid-30s, but killed it in the potluck. So really good job to him, and we can't wait to get him above those 40-40 hero mark and get his weight up a little bit and get him involved. I have a lot of replays for you, some unique attacks that I really want to get into instead of just showing you the normal Laloons or whatever else you're seeing at Town Hall 9 and everything. And later on in the video, we have two 10v10 triples and a really nice attack, 10v11 that I want to show you. We'll get right into it with Trapper here. This base, the guy that's building it is putting the Expos and the CC over by the heroes, so he's expecting people to enter that way, and he puts the air defenses on the back end, and Trapper decides to come in and get those really clumped air defenses early on here. The CC troops are going to pull the king in, so he's going to take out that next air defense, and there's only one left while he's got tons of baby dragons that can work around this base. I think he brought 12 total on the attack, and he's just going to sprinkle them in as the air defenses go down to pick off buildings. And his bowlers are still alive there. The healers, this is what I liked about this attack too, is he's got the healers in there that were helping out the king, they were helping out the bowlers, and then as soon as they all die, the queen right behind them is just going to pick up where they left off, and then the healers are going to switch on to her. Good, you get that first bit of the attack, and then it swaps to the second phase and everything, and you're getting value from the first phase as it swaps to the second phase. So I liked seeing that in this attack as well. And at this point, the queen's down. He doesn't have much going on at the end here. The queen's going to beat on the wall, get through it. He's still got 4 baby dragons he's holding on to, just because those Teslas are over there, and he doesn't want them to get wrecked by those. He's going to wait until the queen gets a little bit closer to deploy them. And he's still got plenty of time here, so there's no real threat. It's all just being patient instead of seeing, I got to get him out, got to make everything go. Just be patient. It's going to be a focus of this video. You'll see a little bit later when I show you number 15. Some really good patience on that attack. So a great job by Trapper. I think this was a fresh attack since he did find a few seeking air mines that took out a baby dragon or two early. Really nice, unique attack. Fun to show those types of things, and there you go. There's that troll Tesla in the corner. Not going to be a problem. Nice job by Trap. Going down, we have number 26 is the next one I'm going to show you. This is by Worm, who is a few % off from that 6-star war. And he's got a very interesting army down here. He's going to start at the bottom, just picking off the corner buildings with archers. Sends in a goblin. Not sure what the goblin was for. Maybe he was testing for a small bomb over there, since he wants to wall break into that area. He's got 2 golems working. He's going to jump to get closer to the core. He's going to jump right around here on that wizard tower. Just doing a nice funnel, and you can see that whole southeast side is completely clear at this point. Actually, maybe he was testing for a Tesla. That could have been what he was doing in the corner there. And the bowlers, it looks like things are going to walk to the right. You see that golem over here, and it was helpful because the wizard stepped up and took out point defenses over there. Looked like things were going to walk, and they rerouted back into the core, which is nice. Lava Hound will slow down the queen, but the bowlers will step up with the wizards and the king to take care of the queen. He did place that jump nicely, so everything can get into the core. Take out that little wizard tower farm, which can be a pain on the hogs, and he's going to start sprinkling them in. And he crushed the space. That heal was a little bit off. It would have been nice to get these edge hogs in there. He did lose 3 or 4, but you're going to see I think he has 9 hogs left while all the defenses are down. So there's not here. He's got 8. Maybe it's a few less than 9. Again, that heel a tiny bit off. But everything's down. He was sending in some back end hogs, and he found that corner Tesla. Again, another fresh hit. We started a new strategy with our Town Hall 9s in terms of how we strategize and how we plan and how we group everything. And it seemed to be extremely effective. I know these guys, I think it was Worm, JD. We had like 4 guys that we grouped together, and all 4 of them had fresh 3 stars right off the bat, and it just made things very easy from there. Then you had 4 really strong guys on cleanup. And here you go. He had a back end loon in there. Look at all the hogs that are left over. As I said, he had somewhere, it was 6 to 8 or something like that, and all the defenses were gone, and he hadn't even deployed them yet. So he just absolutely trashed this base. He got a lot of value from that kill squad. So a good job by Worm. Different type of attack than you're used to seeing with the random troops in there. And here's JD. I showed you this attack last war. These guys from Nova, our sister clan, they like running this back-end loon attack, and he's got a unique one here in that he's got a baby dragon, which we don't normally see in that, but he's got the couple witches that we're used to seeing. And we always see this with Quad Quake. It really opens up the core so that you can get all 4 air defenses. If you look right now, he's going to enter around here, and he's got easy access to 1 air defense. The second one's a little bit off, but the bowler should get it. Third one by the queen, so everything's going to step up and want to take it. And he opened up this compartment right here so that they can actually step into where the queen is and that air defense, and then they also will come over to the king and get this air defense. So everything can be easily picked off. He got a little bit unfortunate in part of this attack. He had a really good loon deployment that I'm going to point out in a minute that could have gone a lot better. It just, based on the pathing that his troops took, it wasn't ideal. But he had a really good idea, and that's what this attack is about, again, is patience. Saving that queen ability for as long as you can. Really not dropping your loons in a panic when you feel like, oh my gosh, my DPS in the core is gone. And, just dropping 2 per defense, maybe 3, sometimes even 1, depending on what the defense is. So you'll see in a second here, he's got that archer tower occupied on the west side. And I think in a second, there he goes. He drops 2 loons onto it, and it goes down. Sweeper's going to push him back a little bit, but if you look at those 2 balloons, he dropped them over here. They could have taken out the archer tower, but it got crushed by the bowlers. Now it's going to move on to the cannon, and then it's going to move on to the mortar. And he's planning that this air defense will be gone because he's got these raged up bowlers right here. So it'll move to the mortar, then it'll move to the cannon. That air defense is going to be gone. They should move over here to this bomb tower. So he's getting a ton of value for those 2 loons, which is why he dropped them. So he finds 1 trap there, and unfortunately he's going to keep finding a couple traps along the way, but really loved the idea with those 2 loons over there. There's the other trap. And I think this one finds another one, or it just dies out on that archer tower south. And there pops up the Tesla farm. He's still got the queen ability. This is what I'm talking about with the patience here, as he's dropping in 2 loons per defense. Unfortunately, the queen doesn't go into that Tesla farm, but he uses the ability to get through a wall, and she's going to be helpful on cleanup there. So a real smooth attack by JD this time. And you can see dropping those loons the way that he did, they're going to clump up a little bit at the end to take out that last point defense, and then from there it's just cleanup. And again, these guys from Nova, they introduced this attack to us, and they run it really well. Some of our guys have picked it up as well from watching them do it. And it's really strong when you see that opportunity. Sometimes you see those 4 air defenses in the middle, and you just go, hey, is this an opportunity to just back-end loon it? Quad Quake open the middle and just go for it. Nice job by JD. Again, that's the leader of Nova. 21, Cameron, another guy from Highly Active we got for this potluck, just to get some more guys some action. He's got an interesting attack here. Again, this was I think actually he was in the group with Worm and JD, who all just crushed it off the bat here. They were part of that group. He finds one Tesla there. Again, fresh hit, didn't know where traps were, didn't know where anything was. Like the poison drop here on the Queen to save the ability. You'll see in a minute why that's so valuable. When he gets the CC, troops lured, you want to save your ability just in case there's some Valks and baby dragons in there, because a poison and rage won't do enough. Rage is up. Maybe a little bit early on there, probably could have saved it, but he's keeping his Queen at full health, and he drops the golems. He did find another Tesla over there by accident. I think he dropped an archer on that corner building, and that popped up. So now he's working on that funnel, and he's going to get in deep. There goes the jump, and there you go. There's a Valk, a Witch, and a baby dragon. So he needed that ability. Everything should reroute a little bit. Take care of that baby dragon, and he drops the poison just in case, because gosh, we've seen a number of times where a baby dragon just destroys a Queen even under healers. And for the back end here, he's got 16 hogs. I wanted to show this. I'm going to pause in a second here right before the hog deployment, right about now. So if we look at this base, he's cleaned out this top compartment. He got rid of the Queen. This compartment's gone. These two compartments, this middle compartment, they're still working on. Look at where he could drop hogs. He could drop hogs right here, and they're going to path from here to here to here to here. Maybe this is up. It's probably going to be gone to here. There's not many defenses left. Or he can come from here, and they're just going to work right through. Real easy pathing with his hogs once he took out that, this is kind of that L-shaped base where you go here, and then down to here. We see a lot of L-shaped bases. If you take out this middle compartment where the heroes normally are and the CC normally is, then it's real easy pathing for loons or hogs. So Cameron did a nice job. I'm just going to speed up because at this point it's completely wrecked. He's got to heal for his hogs. He puts them in a little bit surgically. He could have probably two-finger dropped and he would have been just as good. Dropped a couple up top here. Heal on the wizard tower, and nothing's going to stop him. It's just cleanup. Really strong attack by Cameron. He had a great war with us. Can't wait to use him in CWL this week against Dark Looters, DLX, I should say, so that nobody's thinking. It happened one video. A guy from One Hive is like, we're not in CWLL, we're in CWL, and it's One Hive Genesis, I think, is the one. And plus play again, my bad. So yeah, it's DLX, one of the feeders who we're playing this week. Number 17 is next. This is Zereldo. Got to give him credit. Getting back on the horse, doing a good job this week. And he's just got a hobo little bit here. Coming in from the opposite side of the heroes. Does some good work. I'm going to show you why later in this raid. Just working on that funnel right now. Test wall breaker. 2 more right after it. Almost gets picked off by the cannon there. But he does a nice job cutting off taking out a lot of defenses that are important here. Finds a couple Teslas there. Didn't even rage up his bowlers yet, being really patient with that. Normally you see that rage dropped a little sooner. So nice, nice job holding off on that by him. And health-wise, everything's totally fine. Now what he saw, coming in over here, he was ensuring that his troops wouldn't walk down here. The golems did, but that's fine. He wants his heroes and his bowlers to walk up here to be able to pick off those heroes before he starts the back-end hogs. Normally, people are going to come from the north on that base, say, I got to get the heroes as soon as possible. But this way, he gets the CC killed without even engaging the heroes yet. Queen does, luckily, take the enemy queen out. Almost didn't for a second, and he started his hogs down bottom. I should have pointed that out a little bit sooner. The golems were tanking for the hogs, which is why he dropped them down there instead of up top or something. Saving a poison or 2 because there was a golem in the CC, so he didn't need 1 for that. For the skeletons is really good there. I'm surprised people don't use more air skeletons. I personally use them in bases from time to time. Just really shocked that you don't see it everywhere nonstop. Hogs are going to reroute onto the king, take care of him. At this point, it's clean up. He's got wizards working down here. He's still got a heal in the bag. I think he swags it in a second, and a poison. Real smooth, strong attack by Zereldo. And again, we'll see what he does against those Germans on Thursday in CWL. Just fast forward to the end here. Nice job by Z. And moving down, here's the one where I'm talking about patience. We have Woody using his little P.E.K.K.A. walk that he loves to do. And the reason I wanted to show you this again is to see what he does on the back end with that skeleton spell. Did not use it the way that he wanted to, but just keeping patient and understanding where he's going to get value from it at the end of the raid. Using a couple baby dragons to funnel here, those minions are going to get a lot of value. They took out a couple buildings over here, and they're going to go over to that army camp in a second to help that funnel even more. Drops that wizard, and at this point, he wants to enter right on this mortar with his P.E.K.K.A.s. So he should have no problem with that once that elixir pump goes out. P.E.K.K.A.s will go down in a second. I think they're totally fine. And a little delayed on the healers just to keep them out from the air defense as long as possible. With the king, bowlers, queen, just so that everything stays behind. There goes the CC. Drops a poison a little close to his troops. Could have been a little further out to get the witch there. Fast forward a little while they get through. Bowlers do great work. Take out all of that over there. I love seeing that snap when it happens. Healers are going to heal up the bowlers, which is nice. The heal was working on the P.E.K.K.A.s while the healers were working on the bowlers. And here's where you're going to see the issue start. Main kill squad going here for the Teslas. Where's the queen? Walking over here. He's got a baby dragon clearing the edges, but he wanted his queen to step up to take care of the heroes. So the skeleton spell was supposed to be to distract the queen and the king, and at this point he decides to save it. His queen is under fire, uses the ability, enemy queen goes down, and he's thinking, how can I clear this top portion because my P.E.K.K.A.s are all down there. That queen's going to die under fire from 2-point defenses. So he waits till the last second. He's going to take that skeleton spell, and he's going to drop it. And then the archer tower, once it kills the baby dragon, is going to be on those skeletons if the skeletons don't take out the archer tower first. And that sliver of health from that queen is going to help her go all the way around this base until the mortar takes her out. Unless she stays up, that mortar might reroute to the king. I forget what happens there. So again, just patience is the kind of the theme of the video. You're going to see it. Gosh, the attack that we have on their Town Hall 11 that I show you at the end. If you're still watching, I suggest that you continue watching till then. And he swags that heal there at the end. Nice job by Woody, but the patience you see on that Town Hall 11 attack is insane. All right, and now we have Uno hitting number 14. He followed the same strategy that Panthoric, one of our elders, ran. And the only difference that he had really is, his heroes are a little bit higher. Troops are all the same level. He just takes his queen and drops it a little bit closer to here as opposed to further to the south. Panthoric's queen did not go in to take out the Inferno right there. Uno's will. So a really nice scout, almost a fresh 3-star by Panthoric, but a solid attack here. Puts a poison down on the CC as well as the enemy queen. And Uno's queen is going to step up, take out that Inferno, reroute for a second to the wizard tower, then step up and get the dragon as well as that Expo before he starts the La Lune portion. Really nice job funneling with the loons here. He's going to take out this entire western area so that his loons are going to go straight to that Inferno in a second. And he just absolutely crushes this base. He's got so many loons left at the end, and I think he has a hound unpopped at the end. He just followed what worked before him and just executed a little bit better and with higher heroes. So good job all around by Pan and by Uno here. A couple balloons are going to walk, but they're not going to be under heavy fire. Uses a freeze here. Hastes those balloons into the core. Tesla didn't hurt. Tesla was in the corner right here. It helped Path a little bit too. Finds an air mine over there by the mortar, and at this point, he's got hounds in front of the loons. Nothing really threatening that big pack up here. So this base is already pretty much wrecked, and it's just cleanup at this point. Could have swagged a rage, but he opts to use it just to get time a little bit. Never hurtful to be safe rather than, end with your loons chasing something and not being able to get there because they're so slow. So real solid attack by Uno. Again, props to Pan for having a nice scout, almost fresh 3-star on it. And this was one of our 2 10v10 3-stars that we had. The next one is number 13 with Madman. He's another guy from Nova who we'd like to get in CWL, but you could see his queen right there, level 35. Like to see level 40 queens, if at all possible. Really nice job here. He takes a couple Valks for funneling purposes. Really good planning on this attack. He's got a grounded expo there. So this golem is just going to tank those 2 defenses while the queen picks off buildings. And his idea was to be able to walk his queen over here and get maybe get the CC, maybe get the queen, the Inferno, as much value as he could. But he's got 1 air defense down already. These 2 air defenses are really close together and should be taken out relatively easily. And he's got a single target Inferno in the core near this grounded expo. There goes the king to tank for the queen after the golem started walking south. And he didn't start his La Lune portion yet. Unfortunately, the king does not beat through the wall to get to the queen. I think if that had happened, the queen might step up and take out that Inferno, or at least the king and the archer tower maybe. But she's just going to take out the town hall instead. So he starts his La Lune in a second down here. I'm just going to scroll down there. The queen will die without getting much more value. Maybe the archer tower, but not the Inferno or the expo. So here we go. On the grounded expo, he's got 2 loons just to take that out. And he just kind of puts them in little groups of 2 or 3 on the defenses, and they're going to get to this center part where I said those air defenses were really close together. No problem there. He's got a huge pack there under a rage taking care of it. Over here, not much that's of harm. There's 1 archer tower hitting those loons, and he's saving that freeze. He uses it right here on those Tesla farm, the mini Tesla farm, because the Lava Hound is not tanking those anymore, and uses a freeze on that Inferno tower as well as the expo. Thankfully, there were air troops in the CC, so as not to affect his La Lune portion, because his queen didn't get to pick him off. Really quick raid here by Madman. Always nice to see a 10v10 3-star, and this was a little bit earlier. Really nice plan. Solid cleanup. Tons of loons over there, and he gets the Lava Hound pop at the end. Last raid I'm going to show you is against number 2. This is Janky. And again, patience is the name of this video. He's got his Dragloon. He's going to do a Zap Quake on this air defense. Scouting it. This air defense is not in range of the Town Hall. This air defense isn't. This air defense isn't. And we have 2 grounded expos over here and over here. But he's trying to take those out in the funnel. So his idea is to get the dragons right around here hitting that Town Hall. Uses the queen charging down over here to try and clear all the way up to about here. Hopefully the CC and the Eagle Artillery as well. And over here he's going to drop some baby dragons. There's only 1 point defense really that can hurt them in terms of the funneling, unless he finds some air traps over there. And drops the poison, which in the CC is really annoying for a queen charge. Pops the ability because the dragon was going to take her out. Grand Warden hurts a lot on that queen. Doesn't hit very frequently, but when he does, it is quite a hit. Gonna step up. Unfortunately, he has to use his other rage here to keep his queen alive, but in the end it is worth it because he's gonna go all the way down to this Eagle Artillery and that Archer Tower, so good use of the rage. Unfortunately, though, he's not gonna have a rage for his dragons in the core, and that's gonna be part of what makes this a raid that he needs to adjust on. As you can see, does a really good job funneling, drops a couple loons over here because there's only ground targeting defenses in range of them until the Inferno, and he's going to find out that there are Teslas right there. This was a fresh hit by Janky. So he did not know that those Teslas were there. drops his dragons, so ideally they should go here, 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 here. I wish he took this out because I think the dragons walk over to it. They go to the king, and then I think they go over to here instead of going to the core, and that also hurt him. Queen's still up funneling over here, and that's really important for the end of this raid. I'll tell you why in a second. And the air sweeper just totally destroys this raid. It just wrecks it. Granted, those couple dragons would have helped if they went to the core. So not perfect execution, but his adjustment is really good. He saves his king, and that's what's going to save this raid. The king is going to beat on a wall, beat on a wall, beat on a wall, and then go all the way for the town hall because of how nice of a funnel he had. You can see he's already near 60%, so it's just a matter of getting the town hall. Healer's rerouting is not going to do anything for the king because the Inferno is going to target him at the crucial part of the raid. The 2 baby dragons that he has are important as well. He's going to drop 1 in a second, and it's going to target this Tesla and take it out, and that means that the second baby dragon that he takes is going to target the town hall, which is at about half health. And you're going to see how close this raid gets. King beats through the wall still. Wish he delayed that baby dragon a little bit, but his patience was good enough as is, so it's targeted by only the 1 Tesla and the Inferno. It's going to take it out. King is beaten on the town hall, but the Inferno is keeping him from getting healed up as his second baby drag comes in. And this is crunch time. Gets off 1 hit, 2, 3, 4. Can he get it? 5, 6, 7, and 8 right before the baby dragon dies to get that. 59% 2-star. Really important raid there by Janky. So a nice job all around. We had people doing great from Highly Active, people doing great from Reddit Ace, and people doing great from Nova, the clans that we kind of partner with in these potlucks and in CWL. Looking forward to facing Dark Looters X on Thursday. Look forward to that recap video, win or lose, because it should be a really fun war. There will be really good attacks to show you. Check us out on Twitter. We're Reddit Ace Clash. We're also the same on Reddit if you want to find us there. And we will see you next time. Take care.